So we're still on the topic of artificial intelligence, and you're about to watch an incredible AI presentation by Yiru Lai and Takumi Hongo, and hear from the masterminds behind it, after which we will learn about the technology and methodology of utilizing AI for paintings, the arts, and the creative process. Please welcome them to the stage.
Hello, everyone. My name is Yiru, and he's Takumi. And I'm an AI engineer at IBM Japan, and I'm really happy today here to talk about our project of AI painting. So what is AI painting? Let me show you some short video. So as you can see here, the robot have the brush and make the strokes. And also can exchange the brush. And mix the color. So this is a time lapse for the process of painting. Thank you. And for this project, the mission, there's three missions we have. The first is expand creativity for us. And the second is update the art context. And the third is increase the dreamers. We really want the child to feel the excitement for the future. And since our project is composed on three different areas, that is art, AI, and robotics. So our project is very open community and towards open innovation. So for the art part, there's a member come from the Tokyo University of Arts, and also for the AI part, there's an engineer and a researcher from the IBM Japan. And for the robotics part, there's a member comes from Yamaha Motor, which is one of the most famous robotic company in Japan, and they provide us a lot of resources. So the question is, if an AI robot paints in the future, what will it be? Our vision is that will be something that seeing the world through the different cognitive structure. And it also has the new forms of creativity. And it will be not just using by the human, but also can have the independent creativity. So we make that concept as a creative entity. And also for the third, it will grow in the interaction with human and vice versa. So the concept is cybernetic co-creativity. So toward the cybernetic co-creativity, we have the roadmap. There's three steps. For the first phase, we developed an algorithm for generating artworks. And the second is hardware for end-to-end painting. But at this phase, AI is just a tool. So in the next phase, we'll develop AI as a creative entity. So in this phase, AI will have the motivation for creation and also emergent ability. And the third phase will be cybernetic co-creativity. Since our project is still under the development, so today I will introduce about what we have done in the phase one. So I want to introduce Takumi to tell us about detail.
Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm Takumi and the software engineer at the IBM Tokyo Laboratory. Let me explain about the detail. We have developed an AI algorithms. When you input a scene, AI generates an optimal image for that scene. That means all of these images are not pre-exist, but generated by our AI. The generated image is not just a pixel data, but a set of strokes to make robot can draw physically. Okay, so please see the first line and left side, kimono. The strokes are given randomly at the beginning, and AI optimizes those strokes gradually towards a given theme. The interesting thing is AI has a unique expression that differs from us. Okay. Also, AI has the potential of different expression. There are many basic elements for paintings, such as dots and lines and planes. The images we showed in previous page were made by line elements. So what happens if the AI uses the other element like dots or planes? Here is the result. You can see that banana can be expressed in many different ways. The result shows that even for the same theme, there are many potential of expression by AI. So, difference in expression or cognition can bring us a new insight. So let me make a question to everyone here. What do you think these images are about? For the first one, it's orange. Next, it's running shoes. And last, it's scooter. So some people might see this. Some people might see this as a scooter, but some see different things in this. The interesting fact is, if you input this image to Google image search, the result would be a scooter. The reason is that AI has a different cognitive structure and focuses on different features of object. By researching this object can help us increase resolution for our cognition. Also, let me explain about the hardware side. We are developing physical painting system integrated with the algorithm. Our robot is able to create artworks end-to-end automatically. And just like human painters, robots takes a brush and mixes pigments to create colors, and paints and washes the brush. For one painting, it takes approximately 30 minutes, and it can control the thickness of the brush. And also, we developed a color mixture module that can generate any color. This is a brief introduction for our software and hardware. Thank you. So I'll pass back to the Yiru.
Thanks, Takumi. And so that's what we are developing in the phase 1. And so for the next phase, what we are going to make is we can see in the different layers. From the bottom, it's from hardware layer. There's a robotic arm and middleware to control the robot, and also the software to generate the strokes. But now we are focused more on the higher level layer. That is like how and what and why. So for the how, it's kind of what kind of style of the painting you made. And for the what, it's about the theme. And for the why, it is about motivation or intent. So if AI robot has the intent itself, it can decide the theme, what they paint, or also they can decide the style, what they want to paint. And so why the motivation is important here is because that is directly connected to the creativity. So creativity is very big word, and it's very hard to define. There's many definitions for the creativity, but in the AI area, the creativity can be defined as here is the exploratory creativity. It's very hard to pronounce, you know. And this is also can see the problem as a searching problem. So what does it mean? So let us imagine the space of image data. In this space, there's all the image in the Earth, and we can find every image in this. So let me make this more simple. Please imagine the image with 100 pixel wide and 100 pixel height. So that image there. And for each pixel, there's RGB channels. And for each channels, there's data, the number from 0 to 255. So what it means is the combination of these pixels is countable and limited. So imagine the space of this image exists, all the image possibility exists in this space. There's many images that have a meaningless pattern. It's just a noise for us. But if you're lucky enough, maybe you can find some image that is like a Mona Lisa or that very close to what Picasso painted. So this means it's very important to find what's a valuable image in this space. So how we can find the valuable things in this space? There are three things there. The one is a search space, and the second is a search algorithm. That is like how you travel in this space. And the third is evaluation, or you can see as a goal setting. It's like how to define the valuable or creativity things there. So these three things is very key to the AI creativity. And once, if this search space is large enough, and for the creativity problem will be just like a searching problem. The important thing is to find the right image in this space. And this space can be not only for the image data, and also can be literature, or also can be the music, or can be the idea. So all the creativity about AI is how to find the right way towards the creativity. And for these three components, search space and search algorithm and evaluation, AI is very good at the searching algorithm, the second one. But the rest of two is very hard and very difficult to do. So our next challenge will be two things. The one is like how to define the search space, like how to design space that is large enough for emergency of creativity. And the second point is evaluation part. It's like how to design the criteria for evaluating creativity. And this is really very, very hard. For example, if this chess problem, the evaluation is very easy because for a game, there's a win or lose. But for the creativity, there's not a definition for the win or lose for the creativity. So for current AI artists, what they do is use AI to generate a bunch of data or a bunch of work piece, and finally people be the evaluator for the artwork. But we believe AI also can have their own evaluation ability and make their own creativity. So this will be our next challenge. And this problem can be defined as meta AI. so created their own evaluation way. And we believe the motivation is very important part for AI to define their own creativity. And now we are very struggling to work on creating this motivation. And this is all about the presentation for today, but I hope we can share more in the near future. Thank you very much.